Good morning, all. Can someone please confirm if my screen is visible? Can you guys hear me well?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, we have waited for 3 minutes. We can start now. Uh, so till yesterday, guys, we discussed all the basics, parameters, etc., resource group, subscription, right? And from today, we are going to start creating our first resource, the crucial one, critical one, virtual machine. Right. Before we start, just wanted to check with you guys. Anyone has any doubts, any questions, anything? Yes, guys. Any doubts on topics which we have covered till now? Any doubts, any questions?
Nothing from me, sir. Thanks.
Okay. So we'll start with virtual machine today, but before that, a quick check to a task which I assigned yesterday, right? And some questions also I had put on YouTube. So I hope you guys went through the questions and you do have the understanding on that. Right? The task which I assigned yesterday, though we have not covered NSG, what is NSG, what is network security group, what does it do, why do we create it, how do we create it? We haven't covered anything. But still, that is the reason I gave you one SOP, right? Step by step with screenshot, so you should be able to create it without any problem. But why I wanted you to create that, so you understand the nature, how it works, you understand the approach, that when someone asks you to create something in your resource group, you will not be able to create it anywhere else because you do not have access, right? I did see some of you were struggling, some of you were trying to create new resource group, one of you were trying to create NSG in the same resource group which I have shown in the SOP, but that wasn't the ask. The ask was to create an NSG, a network security group, in your respective subscription, which means subscription which you are a part of, and your respective resource group, which means the resource group which belongs to you, right? So you had to create an NSG in your resource group in your subscription. Otherwise, it wasn't possible for anyone other than people who had owner access. For them, it wasn't possible. People who didn't have owner access, for them, it wasn't possible to make any mistake because even if you try to create a new resource group, it will throw you an error. You try to create it in someone else's resource group, it will throw you an error. You even if you want, you cannot go ahead and create in someone else's subscription. Why? Because you do not have access. You can't even see their access subscription. So there was no chance to make a mistake, but I'm sure you will learn with them. You must have learned something with them, right? And people who had access, there was a chance that you could have made a new resource group and created. But that is what we wanted to learn. One more thing we learned yesterday, there was an error message that these resources are not registered. Right? It was very simple. A simple Google search would give you the solution to that. Hence, I did not help. And someone from the group itself posted the answer to that. And someone from this subscription was able to figure it out. So this is the approach we are going to keep. The error, I think Hanif got that error and Hanif sent it to me on DM that I'm facing this problem. I told him, I encouraged him that guys, whenever you're facing any problem, do not hesitate, send it in the group directly. Don't think it's a silly question, it's a small question, what will other think? No, simply send it in the group. Even if it is the smallest error, smallest doubt, slightest doubt, send it in the group. Don't just go pick one mentor and just ask someone. Don't do that. If you don't understand anything, put it in the group. Even I will come to know that where you guys are lacking. See, if you ask someone else, for example, if Danish is doing something and he doesn't understand, instead of coming me, he's asking Heather. I won't even come to know that this topic was, and same thing, let's say Hanif is asking to Muzammil, same thing Nihal is asking to someone, same thing Prajakta is asking to Shehbaz, XYZ ABC, right? So I won't even come to know that this is the hot topic which people did not understand. I would be under impression that it is clear to everyone, and then you people have not understood, no matter how small topic it is, how big topic it is. So whatever error, whatever problem, whatever understanding you don't have, put it in the group. If I have already covered that, I will let you know that we have already covered this in training. Maybe you missed it. Go and watch the recording, right? If we have not covered this, I will cover that. If we have covered and you have watched the recording, still you are not able to understand, maybe I will. Uh, reattempt that topic. Maybe we'll cover that topic again. Right? So this is the approach we are going to take. So do not hesitate to put your error messages in the group. Don't send it to me personally. What will happen? Maybe I'll answer, but if someone else had the answer, it will not benefit him or her. Put it in the group. Let others see. They will also see. अच्छा ऐसा भी error आता है. Because the error which Hanif got, that was specific to this subscription. And because that was a new subscription. The other subscription didn't get error because there I had created something, and it's not even an error. I would call it's a first step which you have to take when you create a subscription. But you won't have to worry about it because by the time you go and actually work, subscription already बना होता है, ये सारे errors आते नहीं है. But still, if you're getting this, if you're experiencing it, शेयर इट विद द टीम, लेट देम ऑल्सो एक्सपीरियंस. एक ज्यादा स्टेप होता है उनके पास बोलने के लिए, एक ज्यादा पॉइंट आ जाता है बोलने के लिए. जो एक्चुअल में काम करके आ रहा है 4-5 साल, वो लोग भी कभी ऐसा एरर देखते नहीं, बिकॉज इवन दे हैव नॉट क्रिएटेड एनी सब्सक्रिप्शन. प्रोजेक्ट टू प्रोजेक्ट चेंज, वहां पर ऑलरेडी सब्सक्रिप्शन बना हुआ है, बस टास्क असाइन हो गया एंड दे हैव बीन वर्किंग. सो वी आर लकी दैट वी आर फेसिंग दीज प्रॉब्लम्स, राइट? सो डू नॉट लीव देम. Do not leave these problems just with you, or just share with me, or share with someone else. किसी एक को पकड़ लिया, उससे टास्क करवा लिया. Guys, understand one thing: do not consider these tasks as your school homework, कि यार बस fulfill किया हुआ बताना है. No, that is not the aim. The aim is you should have understanding. You should be able to question more. If you don't understand anything, question, try, watch the recording again. And if you are asking some irrelevant question, if it is not related, maybe it is relevant, but I think it's not important for us from this course perspective or interview perspective, at least I'll tell you that, तो आप लोग उस पे अपना टाइम ज्यादा इन्वेस्ट नहीं करोगे. अदरवाइज यू विल कीप इन्वेस्टिंग द टाइम की एनर्जी में, यार ये क्या होता है, व्हाई डिड आई डू दैट, व्हाई डिडंट आई सेलेक्ट टैग्स, ये सब क्यों नहीं किया मैंने, उस पे आप अननेसेसरी टाइम स्पेंड करोगे. लेटर आई टेल यू, यार ये कोई पूछता ही नहीं, बेस्ड ऑन आवर एक्सपीरियंस, ये पिछले 4 साल में किसी ने इंटरव्यू में पूछा ही नहीं. इट्स एन ऑब्सोलेट टेक्नोलॉजी, इट्स गोइंग अवे, fading away, right? So whenever you face any problem, any question, any doubt, feel free to put it in the group. Don't ask anyone else. Don't ask me directly. Simply put it in the group. It will help me to check whether others have understood it or not, whether they are able to answer it or not. Right? Y- Others will understand. अच्छा ऐसा ये भी क्वेश्चन आता है, इस तरह का भी एरर होता है. And otherwise, they won't even know if that error which I got from Hanif yesterday, if I don't share that in the group, people from this subscription, Salman subscription, they won't even come to know कि ऐसा कोई error आता भी है. और अगर आता है तो what needs to be done. Okay, rest is your duty to go ahead and check that. Though you, Salman's subscription, you guys did not get that error, but I put the screenshot of the error and someone already shared the troubleshooting steps for that, right? And someone from Muzammil's subscription followed those troubleshooting steps and they were able to figure it out. So it is your job that you go to your subscription and at least check those options. ठीक है आपको error नहीं आ रहा है, but at least you can go ahead and check those options कि okay, if we get this kind of error, this is what we have to do. I hope all of you are following me, right? This is the error I'm talking about. See, when someone from Muzammil subscription was trying to create this NSG, they got the error. It was Hanif who was creating. He has selected his resource group correctly, so that is not a problem. He has selected his name correctly. No problem. I can see a check mark there. Region correctly. No problem. What is the problem? It says resource provider, Microsoft.network, Microsoft.compute, and Microsoft.storage are not registered for this subscription. And you don't have permission to register a resource. So what needs to be done? Even before I answer to him, I put this in the group and someone already answered that. Who was that? I think Salman already answered that. Look at this. Salman already answered that this operation where you can register the above services. So you have to go to subscription. Under subscription, you have to go to resource provider. Under resource provider, you'll have to just select it and click on register button. That's all you had to do. But you will not realize it, you will not remember it unless you go ahead and do that. So it's my humble request to everyone, if you face any problem, any doubt, any questions, please put it in the chat directly, in the group directly. Others try to help whatever you understand. If you even you're helping in wrong manner, or maybe you're giving some incorrect solution, incorrect answer, I'm still there to correct you. Just because I don't answer to every message of yours, it doesn't mean that I'm not keeping the track of it. I will watch, and if anyone is answering incorrectly, I will correct that person also and the person who questioned to whom also, and it will be a win-win situation for all of us, right? And once you get that, even if you are not getting that error, at least go to that window and check. So here, even if you don't have your owner access, you can come here. What you won't have, look at this. For example, I want to register GitHub. Right? So I have to come here and just click on register. So if you don't have sufficient access, maybe you will not be able to click on register. ये grayed out होगा. But at least now you know कि कोई ऐसा error आता है if the interviewer is asking that okay, I'm trying to create one resource and this is what I get. You should know, okay, you should go to resource, you should go to subscription, go to resource provider. Over there, go ahead and select that provider and click on register. And you need owner access for that. If you have reader access, you will not be able to do it. ये आप एक interview में बोल पाओगे. Now imagine that this level of answer if you're giving, that your chances of getting selected compared to other 50 candidates who are sitting outside just because they have worked, it increases. It increases because you are giving them the proper answer. Even if you haven't done it, you know it. Is this point clear, guys, to everyone? Any doubts, any questions? Yes, guys. Any doubts, any questions, anything? Before we start with our virtual machine, any doubts you have, any questions you have?
No.
No.
Okay. One more thing, guys, please read the error message properly before raising it. Now I'll simply just open that error message here, not bringing the chat. Just let me open the screen error message here. Here, right? So just give me 1 minute. Okay. Someone has sent this error message to me. And it's okay, guys. Even if your name is appearing there, that's completely fine. Understand one thing, we all are learning, right? We still make mistakes. No, and I have told you this several times, not only you, even I will be learning from you. Right? We have people from a decade experience. Someone is coming from storage, SQL, service desk, whatnot. Right? I have not worked on all of those technologies. कुछ उसमें error होगा, I will be asking you. So we all are learning. तो आपका नाम भी आता है, so it's okay. Don't hesitate to send it in the group. Fine. So here it is, person who shared this stating that I'm getting this error. Now, my ask is a simple, guys. Before you raise it, please read the error message properly. What does it say? It says the validation failed, required information is missing or not valid for the basic tabs. So it clearly, you clearly know that you have to go to basic tabs. Look at this. यहाँ पर एक वो red dot भी आ गया है. And something is missing here. Maybe आपने password नहीं डाला होगा, maybe नाम नहीं डाला होगा. It could be one of those. इसके अलावा कोई और reason नहीं हो सकता. It's very simple, right? So before you share the error message in IT, it is very essential that you read the error message thoroughly. बहुत अच्छे से error message को पढ़ो, आपको maybe आपका आंसर वहीं पर मिल जाता है, right? So whenever you're facing any problem, please read it thoroughly, try to figure it out. If not working, then put it in the group, then others will help. If not, I'll obviously help you. Yes, guys, it's clear for everyone. Any doubt, any questions? Okay. If not, let's
No
go ahead
questions.
and start with our virtual machine creation. From today, we are going to spend some time on virtual machine. And as I told you, it is going to take a lot of time. It will be on virtual machine, virtual machine. Maximum time we will be spending on virtual machine, right? Just give me 1 minute. I'll make a note of it. Someone is trying to enter. I think it's Hanif. Wait. Yes, Robin.
Just wanted to know the purpose of creation of the network security group.
As in, what is NSG? You want to know that, or why did I assign that homework to you? What are you asking?
Yeah, like both of them.
Purpose we are going to cover in depth later. It's a part of networking, not today. It's if we go to Azure network segment, here we have this NSG, and one of the frequently asked question, very important question, cannot skip. It's application security, network security group, application security group. We are going to read this in detail thoroughly. It's a backbone of your network. नो ऑप्शन आई कैन टेल यू दैट ओके ये नहीं आता तो चल जाएगा, नहीं चलेगा, डेफिनेटली नहीं चलेगा. We'll have to learn. So not now, but we are going to do it thoroughly. The reason I assigned you this homework yesterday, because I thought yesterday we'll cover virtual machine and I'll ask you guys to create a virtual machine, but we didn't have sufficient time, and still I wanted you guys to have a feel that how to create something in your resource group, how to select your resource group. वो एक exercise, एक feel देना था बस. And NSG is the smallest unit जिसमें आपको कोई और पैरामीटर, कोई और कैटेगरी वगैरह नहीं देनी होती. Hence I selected NSG. Otherwise I would have asked you to create a virtual machine. तो आप उसमें से इतने सारे क्वेश्चंस करते हैं कि यार ये कहाँ सेलेक्ट करना है, वो क्या करना है, देन वो होमवर्क हो नहीं पाता था. NSG is the smallest unit. I could have asked you to create virtual network. Look at this. I hope you guys can see my screen, right?
Yes.
So if I would have asked you to create virtual network, then I had to share कि यहाँ पर क्या देना है, ये सिक्योरिटी में क्या सेलेक्ट करना है, क्या नहीं करना है, आईपी एड्रेस में क्या देना है, व्हाट डज इट मीन, ये सब करना पड़ता था. इफ आई वुड हैव आस्क्ड यू टू क्रिएट अ वर्चुअल मशीन, तो ये सब एक्सप्लेन करना पड़ता था, विच वाजंट पॉसिबल बेस्ड ऑन आवर यस्टरडे सेशन. हम अपना खुद का वर्चुअल मशीन हम लोग पूरा नहीं बना पाए, बट आई वांटेड यू गाइस टू हैव अ फील ये खुद के वर्चुअल रिसोर्स ग्रुप में आप कैसे बनाओगे, व्हेन यू क्रिएट इन समवन एल्सेस रिसोर्स ग्रुप, व्हाट एरर डू यू गेट. वांटेड टू हैव दैट फीलिंग, इसलिए हमने ये एक्सरसाइज की. As far as topic is concerned, that is a networking ka part, and we are going to do that later. That answers your question, Robin?
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, guys. So let's start with virtual machine now. We already discussed a build sheet yesterday, right? So we are going to go ahead and continue with that. So if you want to create a virtual machine, let's say you are on home page, you will see virtual machine here. If you don't see, because if you have not recently used it, you may not see it. You may see it here somewhere. If not, you can simply search for virtual machines, or you can go ahead and from home, all services, compute section. I have already shown this yesterday. Right, compute section, और वहां से आप virtual machine pick कर लो. No matter from where you are going, all are same thing. I simply go to search and just go for virtual machine. Two things it helps me. It will show me my existing virtual machine. Now production environment में thousands of virtual machine होता है, तो यहाँ पर आके मुझको search करना पड़ता है that the machine which I am going to create, ऐसे कोई नाम की machine already है या नहीं है, before I start creating. Even if I don't do that, I am going to get error. So there is no way that you can have machine. Look at this. I don't have any machine with this name. But in my subscription, it's very small. So the moment I come here, मुझको search करने का step skip कर सकता हूँ मैं. But I'll simply copy this virtual machine's name. Just to show you, if I try to create a virtual machine with same name, what kind of error do you get? But we are still following our build sheet. Okay. So build sheet says, go ahead and create one virtual machine. I'm here. I'll search for virtual machine. I did that. I can see my existing machine. I'm certain that this machine is not available, so I don't have to check it separately. Even if I had to check, I would do it from here. I click on create. Wherever you see guys classic option, do not use it. Classic, it's uh, long back gone. I mean, कोई आप में से 10 साल का एक्सपीरियंस बता रहा है तो कोई क्लासिक के क्वेश्चंस हो गए आपसे. Wherever you see, even if you see uh, let's say virtual machine creation or storage creation, जहां पर भी classic का option आता है ना आपके पास, don't worry, don't bother. So let's say if I click on create resource and if I click on virtual machine, it may give me, now I'm not sure वो देता है या नहीं option classic का. Okay, so don't do that. Wherever you see classic option कहीं पर भी दिख रहा है, just ignore it. You can simply say that I have not worked on classic version. Classic, it's older version. आज से 5-6 साल पहले होता था. I'm sure none of you are showing that experience. So all of us are working on the latest one. Right, so I go to virtual machine, click on create, and I don't even think so that they're showing classic option now. Click on create. Subscription, select the subscription which is there in your request. As per my request, it is UT-Kloud. So I'll select that. I have 2 subscriptions, so I can see 2 of them. You will have only one. Today you have only one. There are practicals where I'm going to assign access to cross subscription to each other. You may see 2 of them, right? But you have to make sure you're selecting whatever is there in the request. Resource group. When I tell you your respective resource group, what does it mean? That the resource group which has been assigned to you, आपके नाम के अगेंस्ट जो आपका resource group दिया गया है, that is your respective resource group. So I won't be all the time saying I have now I can see 22 people are joining, right? I can't write 22 names that Nihal create a virtual machine in Nihal resource group. It Muzammil create virtual machine in no. I'm simply when I'm saying respective subscription, your subscription. Respective resource group, your resource group. You don't have to create anything. If I want you to create something new, a resource group, I will tell you that create a new resource group. Right? But when I say existing resource group, your respective resource group, select your own resource group. In my case, guys, I am creating a new one. I told you it becomes easier for me to delete that resource group as soon as the practical is done. So I'm using test resource group. Virtual machine name. Look at this. Did I get any error now? I already have a machine of this name. Okay. But at the end, when I try to create it, I am going to get this error. So it's always a good idea to go ahead and check whether that name machine is existing or not. This machine we already have and I'm using same name. It's not giving me the error now. But that does not mean I will be able to create it. There is no way you can have two machines. Even if you want, you cannot have two machines with the same name. Right? That's not possible. But why to waste your efforts? So it's better idea that you always check first whether you have a machine of that name or not. In this case, I'm sure that we don't have any machine of this name because एक ही machine है already मेरे subscription which I know. A region, whatever region has been assigned to you. Now look at this. Go thoroughly check. Don't just go ahead and east US बोला तो उसी को ये कर लो. Go ahead and just read some region. क्या क्या region है. Don't experiment as of now. As of now, just follow the build sheet. But I'm just telling you, go ahead and check. Then availability zone. No, I have not asked you. I have not asked to use any availability feature. I do not want availability set. I do not want virtual machine scale set. I do not want availability zone. I have requested for no infrastructure redundancy. Any questions, guys, here?
Sohail, one thing. So while selecting the region, क्या ऐसा भी है कि we can restrict it based on our subscription so that no one can create the VM or resources in different region?
Yes, yes, definitely. That we can do using Azure policy. And you will see that in many places.
Okay.
And in your
Okay.
free tier also, see, this is a trainer account. You may see it very freehand. In your free tier, yes, you may have some restriction that you can't create a machine in this region, you can't create a machine in that region. Yes, you may face that. And in actual
Okay.
environment where companies have paid account, they don't have any restriction from Azure side, but I have my compliance policy. I don't want my any of the engineer to create any machine, let's say in uh, let's say I'm a US based company, right? A US based company would never want that any of their engineer by mistake also create a virtual machine in some region of Russia or maybe China. They don't want it at all. So they can have Azure policy and they can block that. It is possible. As of now, we are not doing that, any of that. That will cover when we talk
Okay.
about Azure policy. But
Sure.
yes, it is
Thank you.
possible. And you may also say it. Your restrictions are based on free tier because you're using free tier. So maybe they don't want you to create account. Or they don't want you to utilize the resources where already bandwidth is less, right? So you may face
Hmm.
those restrictions and you can put your own restrictions also.
Okay. Perfect.
So I have a doubt
Yes.
regarding that VM name.
Hmm.
So it's checking duplicate on the subscription, subscription level, right?
Right.
Even if we create a same name on different resource, it will not allow. I mean,
Different subscription or okay, this
different
is checking
resource
at the
group on.
subscription level. No, it's not the
Okay,
resource group level. It's subscription
okay,
level. So let's say that if you Heather have a machine name A in your resource group, under same subscription, I have my resource group B, and I'm trying to create a
okay.
machine with name B. No, it's not possible. So it is checking across the subscription in your
Subscription. Okay,
subscription. You can have the same name. Now your subscription is different, and mine is different. Okay, I am under
okay,
UT-Kloud.in. Maybe you are in Salman subscription or Muzammil subscription. You can have the same name. We all can have same name. It's okay. That is different subscription. That is different tenant. But
okay. Got
within a same subscription, no, you cannot have similar machine in different resource groups. Got it? Yes, Heather, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good question though. Fine. So availability option, no, I do not want any redundancy. Security type, always go ahead with standard. Even if in my request, if I have not written anything, go ahead with standard. Always go ahead with standard. Image, this information you'll always get from your uh, app owner because you can't decide where their code is running on Linux, their code is running on Red Hat, Ubuntu, SUSE Linux flavor, is it running on client operating system, Windows 10, 11, 16, 19, 22, which one they want? Debian, you don't know. They will have to tell them. They will have to tell you. So it has to be there. अगर वो नहीं होता है, you cannot proceed with the request. Now, we were discussing about this. आप लोगों ने मुझको individual बताया था that storage 500 GB चाहिए, processor 8 CPU चाहिए, RAM जो है आपका 8 GB चाहिए. This is you have given, right? But Azure doesn't have any such option where I can go and do the cherry picking. कि यार इतना RAM दे दो, इतना ये दे दो. No, that's not possible. What is possible? So we have size of virtual machine, right? Now, this is one of the questions, one of the subtopics of virtual machine. So start focusing on this. Do not miss it. Now, virtual machine size. VM size. What is VM size? Let's open it under size. If I open all sizes, they have divided the sizes in, I would call families. That's what they call VM size. It's D series or D family they call it, or let's stick to series. It's B series, D series, version 4, V4, V5, V6, right? First thing, they have these series. Under these series, and there are n number of, not n actually, but there are many of them, right? Under them, they have different sizes of machines, and they have also categorized the type based on their study. When I say there, I'm talking about Azure. So Azure has divided these sizes into categories, and then they have also given the type that this machine can be good for general purpose. All these machines are good for general purpose. These machines are good for general purpose. General purpose is in hosting a website, anything. General purpose. B series, general purpose. Look at this. Again, B series, general purpose. So it's a huge list of general purpose. If we go ahead here, DC series, it's good for confidential compute. What does it mean? कि इसका किसी ना किसी तरह का सिक्योरिटी में कुछ enhance होगा इसमें. I don't know what it is exactly. We'll have to go and check. But they are recommending it is good for confidential compute. It's not necessary you have to use it. Okay, this series is good for memory optimize. What do you by memory optimize? Memory optimize matlab zyada RAM. Memory matlab RAM. So if I have an application where I know that I don't use CPU much and I don't even use data much. कुछ save ही नहीं करता हूँ मैं उस machine में. Nothing. It is simply a machine which is processing some data, which means it requires RAM most of the time. RAM का बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है. So Azure is saying, go ahead and pick one of the memory optimized computer, which means it has more RAM और बाकी सब कुछ balanced होगा. Again, memory optimize, memory optimize. I hope you guys are able to see it, right?
Yes,
Let
we
me
can.
just change the mouse setting.
ओके सो सोहेल, अगर हमें कोई जनरल मशीन माइग्रेट करनी है, लाइक हमारा इन हाउस सर्वर चल रहा है, नॉर्मल सर्वर्स, वहाँ पे IIS होस्टेड है, या कोई सिंपल विदाउट डेटाबेस, सो विच वन इज द प्रेफर्ड वन?
No,
मेमोरी
let's not go to migration. I mean, it's migration question को unnecessarily confuse कर देगा. आपको migrate करना हो या नया बनाना हो, लॉजिक सेम ही अप्लाई होगा. ओके,
बेसिकली कोई नॉर्मल मशीन के लिए कौन सा प्रेफर्ड होता है?
there is no preference. It's up to you. It's completely up to you. Azure has given their preferences. Rest is up to you. I want to host very simple game, but I have a lot of money. I'm going ahead with this memory optimized computer. Though even if it is not required, my wish. I want to keep it extra. There is no set rule.
Oh.
Okay. But if you want to go based on Azure's requirement, they have given it already. See, general purpose, this one. If you want to go by Azure's requirement, so you can
Right.
go ahead. But there is no such thing कि ऐसा कोई चार्ट बना हुआ है कुछ. There's nothing. No company, no this organization, no parent organization, no international organization कि हमने ये set कर रखा है इसी को use करो. Nothing like that. It's up to you. Even to run a smallest application like MS Paint, if you want to use this one heaviest machine which cost 84,000 a month, it's up to you. No one is stopping you. right? So we'll
Okay.
not get into that because this size is not your job. Azure administrator का job नहीं है size decide करना. It will always come from the application owner. But the topic which we were discussing, that application owner may not give you the size, but nowadays who are working with Azure उनको भी अच्छे से पता होता है, they will directly give you a size. कई बार यहाँ पर आपको जो directly size आ जाएगा that use this size. But let's imagine that you do not have a size here. And this, even if this happens, ये आप तक नहीं आता, ये architect level पे ही clear हो जाता है. As customer has given, I need 500 GB RAM or 500 GB storage, 8 CPU, and 8 GB RAM. Now you will go ahead and search what is the closest one which he is asking. Look at this, 8 CPU, right? RAM, how much they have asked? 8 CPU and 8 GB RAM. So 8 CPU I'm getting and 16 GB RAM I'm getting. And disk, yes, I can assign whatever I want. It is supporting maximum 16 disk, number of disk, what this size is supporting. उसमें से मैं एक disk लगा के उसी को 500 GB का बना दूंगा, मेरा काम हो जाएगा. So this is what I see closest to what he is asking. If I want to go ahead थोड़ा सा और चेक करना है कि यार 16 GB बहुत ज्यादा हो रहा है, he has asked for 8. Let's say कोई मिल रहा है क्या? 8 virtual CPU में 8 GB RAM हमको चाहिए. That is what our requirement. No, I see only two virtual machine. 8 CPU, 32 GB, 8 CPU, 32 GB. I hope you guys are getting it right. What two things I'm comparing? This is what customer has asked, virtual CPU 8 and 8 GB RAM. So I'm checking कि वो combination मुझको कहाँ पर मिलता है. And it's definitely not possible, हर केस में नहीं होता है. In fact, it's exceptional कि जो client ने मांगा है वो मिल जाता है. Unless client is aware of Azure patterns और exact size दे रखा है, then there is no question. If client has given that please go ahead and create a machine under B series and use B1S. You don't even have to worry कि यहाँ पर क्या है कितना है. You don't even have to worry. Simply बस जाना है उस साइज को पिक करना है और आपको मशीन बनानी है. That's it. You don't have to worry कि उसमें कम है ज्यादा है. If client has given this size, which means they have done their study. But if they have not given the size and if they are just given the specification, you have to search and find. You as in, I'm telling you, this will not come to you. Your architect team will do that because ये एक एक मशीन के लिए नहीं आता है, right? They start it skeleton जब बनता है तब वो search करते हैं. Then they come to some agreement that okay, you are asking for 8 GB RAM and 8 CPU, but Azure doesn't have any option like that. And this is not customization. There is no customization. So instead of going for a lower version, this is what I can offer you. 8 GB, 8 virtual CPU and 16 GB RAM. And it is going to cost you 17,915 rupees per month, one virtual machine. Now we have 100 virtual machine, वो सब calculation वगैरह, FinOps वगैरह, वो सब then again architect team पे हो जाएगा. Then customer says, नहीं यार, this is too much, crossing my budget. I'm happy to compromise on virtual CPUs. Give me something which has 8 GB RAM and maybe 6 virtual CPUs. I find something, this one. I tell them that, okay, this is what I have found, the closest one. You are asking 6, we don't have 6. Then again, you'll have to go for 8. Then client says, fine, 4 virtual CPU, I'm happy with it, 8 GB RAM, because कहाँ 17,000 और कहाँ पर 8,000. So this is how they decide. Ultimately, what you will get is VM size. This is what will come in your ticket. This is what will come in your bill sheet. But I just wanted to share it with you that how it works in the background. What do you mean by size of virtual machine? Right? So size में क्या क्या cover हो जाता है? Size में virtual machine का CPU, virtual machine का RAM, and कितने disk उस machine पे लग सकते हैं. Now, what is a data disk? It is as good as imagine that you have a phone, you have internal memory, and now I'm talking about it supports a memory card. And this model says I can support 8 external memory card. This model is saying I can support 16 external memory card. This model is saying I can support 32 external memory cards, right? So similarly, this is saying कि ये machine 8 extra disk support कर सकती है. This machine can support 16 disk. This machine can support 16 disk. It is up to, not necessary you have to take all 16. This is the machine's capacity. You can go ahead with 0 disk also. एक disk by default आएगी, which is your operating system disk. Consider that as your phone's internal memory, जिसमें operating system आता है, जो आपका Windows है, जिसमें operating system आता है, वो किसी disk में बनता है, right? वो किसी disk पे install होता है. So one disk will be there by default, which is operating system disk. उसके अलावा जो ये डेटा डिस्क है आपको लगाना है आप लगाओ, नहीं लगाना है मत लगाओ. But this is the capacity of your disk. Is this part clear to everyone? Size क्या होता है? So this part wherever they are saying ये सब कवर हो जाएगा एक size में. So next time when you see, if I give you homework and I tell you that size is equal to B1S, you should know what am I trying to say here. You should know that I have already checked the size everything and इसलिए मैंने आपको ये बनाने बोला है. That does not mean कि मैंने आपको B1S बोला है और आपको नहीं मिल रहा तो ठीक है, whatever I see here, whichever I like, ये कर दो. Why? See, if I have asked B1S for you guys to create, which means it is going to charge me 631 rupees monthly. And just because you were not I would say bothered enough to read, or you are not serious enough to read your request, और आपने बोला ठीक है जो दिख रहा है वो मैं बना देता हूँ, B16 ये भी सिमिलर ही दिख रहा है. Look at the difference. 631 rupees for one machine, 36,000 for one machine, right? And imagine इस तरह के आपको 10 50 20 मशीन बनानी है, 100 मशीन बनानी है, and you did the goof up. Instead of selecting this size, you selected this size. How much are you impacting to that client? Monetary impact होगा, directly you will get a warning letter, next इसमें termination letter, right? So even while practicing, do not take it lightly. If I have asked you to create a machine in this size, make sure you create in this size. If you're getting some error, do let me know. Ask. This is how you work in your real environment also. कभी होता है वहां पर भी ये मशीन अवेलेबल नहीं है, maybe this size is not no longer being used, so they will suggest you some other size. Is this part clear to everyone? Machine size? Any questions? Any doubt?
No.
Okay, guys, we have 30 seconds left in this session. Let me close the session. We'll continue without any break. Unless you guys need a break, let me know.
No, not needed. We can continue, sir.
Okay, so let's rejoin the session using the same link and we'll continue immediately.